I'd love to just get started first with the beginning of your story, Lucas. Like, you are from Cordoba, from Argentina. How was your childhood? How was Lucas as a kid?
Oh, I know. Like, I think it was like I had like two different like. It changed a lot from my childhood to my teenage stage. Uh, when I was a kid, I was like, I know, with a lot of energy, which it is a little bit like it's not always good for a kid when you go to school and you have a lot of energy and you want to do more stuff and like our education system is still like sit on the bench, sit on that place and raise your hand to talk and ask for permission if you want to go to the bathroom. And so it was like, I had a beautiful childhood. I know I was lucky. I was very, very lucky to be born in this family, which always pushed me to give my best. Like don't care that much about the results, but give your best. Always like pushing me to dream a lot, and that if you like do whatever you have to do in order to get there, you will get there. Although that specific phrase for me it was very like in the like in my 20s it was very hard to accept that, like. And when I was young it was amazing, but when I was 20s and I didn't know what to do, it was like I know it was hard for me. That like the possibility of like you can do anything because you're capable of anything. You were lucky enough to be here. It's like the bar is super high. Like what's anything? Like yeah, what are my expectations there? Like so it kind of worked both ways.
Interesting. Yeah, I remember one thing you told me, and I think it correlates with that moment where we're starting to enter the adult life, which for many means, pick a major in college or what are you going to study. And I didn't know that, but I remember this is a very vivid memory I have from many of our conversations when you told me the day you figured out that you were a math genius. And I know you're very humble about that. Then you're not, you don't say you didn't. It's not a. You're absolutely the opposite. You're not braggadocious about it at all. But that I'd love to learn more about your decision into you had the opportunity, right, to go to Berkeley, but you decided to stay in Argentina, and how did that came about, and the decision making behind that as well. Like,
yeah, I know it's like definitely not a genius, but yeah, I had like I knew I had some like math was like kind of easy for me during my whole life, but I didn't know how if if that was worth anything to anyone. And I ended up in a school in Argentina that made you sit for the SATs, and I know.
So you went to an American
Yeah,
school in
it's
Argentina.
it's like a British school, but you sit for the SAT. It's weird, but like,
I see.
but
Was it in
yeah,
Cordoba
in Cordoba,
or in Buenos Aires?
Cordoba. And we sat for the SATs, and I was like, I know, I went there without the calculator, and I just began doing like my exercises, and I didn't do any mock tests before. And then I received an amazing score, and I began like having scholarship offers, from universities like I received I applied to the Hawaii University because I was 17, and I said if they're gonna offer me a scholarship from some place, I'd rather be Hawaii. I want to surf, the other one, and that was the only university I applied for. And then I had received a scholarship offer from Berkeley, and I was like, what do I do? I never even knew I could get a scholarship from an American university. I just was there doing what the school told me I had to do. Nothing. I was discussing with my parents should I go or not? And they asked me, do you actually want to go? And I said no. I just rather, I never thought about it, and I want to stay here, and I want to build something. I never planned to get out of my country, you know. I always planned to do whatever I had to do in order to get to a specific place, but it wasn't never in my plans. Okay, I want to leave the country, study abroad, and now as well, like I want to get to this place, and whatever I have to do in the middle, I'll do it. So yeah, no, I received the scholarship from Berkeley, and I said, okay, that happened. And 6 years later, when I was living in San Francisco, and I get to Berkeley, and say like, fuck, this would have been amazing. I would have had a closer relationship to technology before than I had, you know, like when I was 18, not when I was 24, or 25 when I began with Fligoo.